Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Natalia Leigh. I'm an indie author and full-time freelance editor, and today we are wrapping up my 2021 goals. I'm gonna let you know which ones I achieved, which ones I totally failed on. There are some that I actively chose not to pursue, so those kind of fall somewhere in the middle. And then I'm also going to combine this video and the 2021 goals wrap up with my goals for 2022. So I know I can be long-winded. I'm going to try to go through these a little bit fast so that you're not having to sit here for 30 to 45 minutes. So without further ado, I'm going to grab my chamomile lavender tea. I'm going to grab my bullet journal, and we're going to talk about goals for 2022 and goals wrap up for 2021. All right, so we're going to start with the 2021 goals. 2021 was one of the craziest years of my life, and I might do like an entire wrap-up video over on my lifestyle channel if you're interested. It'll be linked down below. I also have a big life update lifestyle vlog about to go live there. All I have to do is take a picture for the thumbnail, so make sure to check that out if you're interested in seeing more of like the behind the scenes of my life. But yeah, so this year was totally insane. So much happened that I did not expect. I mean, Greg and I bought a house this year. We adopted not one, but 2 horses. We're living 2 hours away from Denver. Like, so much changed, and I'm so grateful for it. But I had no idea it was coming when I filmed that video in our apartment at the end of last year. Okay, let's go ahead and dive right into it. So I had 3 writing-related goals for 2021. The first was to publish Whiskey City, and you all know that did not happen this year. I would have loved to publish Whiskey City. I originally said I wanted to publish it by June because then it would be like I had published Pistol Daisy in June, and then the following year I would have published Whiskey City, but that did not happen. Actually, I didn't work on Whiskey City at all this year. I don't think. I haven't worked on it at all. So I failed at that goal. The second goal was to write the first draft of Pistol Daisy Book 3. That definitely didn't happen, but I did participate in NaNoWriMo, and I wrote over 20,000 words of a new book, so that was like a success to me, even though I wasn't working on my Pistol Daisy series. So my first 2 writing goals were fails, but the third writing goal was to get the Book 3, Pistol Daisy Book 3 cover designed, and then I wrote down getting the 4th cover designed as well, and I achieved this one. So I now have books 1 through 4 all designed, the front covers at least. Of course you know what Pistol Daisy looks like. If you don't, I'll pop it up right here. I still have not released the Whiskey City cover anywhere. And then I have names and book covers for books 3 and 4. I did that this year. I love how they turned out. So the entire 4-book series is designed and ready to go. It's just waiting to be written. So I achieved that goal, which is awesome. Okay, moving into the business goals I had for 2021, I actually did pretty well in the business category, which I'm grateful for. So my first goal was to bring on a cover designer, and we achieved that. Thea, our amazingly talented designer, joined Enchanted Ink in January. So she has been with us for almost a year now, and she is booking into like April and May at this point. So we have been so honored to work with her. She has created so many amazing covers. I'll let you go ahead and see some of the covers here, some of the covers that she has designed this year, and she has so many more in the works that will hopefully be revealed by the authors soon. So we are very grateful to have her on our team. We achieved that goal. Second goal in the business category was to hit 20,000 subscribers on YouTube. I did it. I hit 20,000 subscribers. This year was a little bit rocky for YouTube, which I will talk about very soon. But I did hit 20,000 subscribers. Right now, I think I'm sitting at like 22.6 thousand, so I am quickly approaching 23,000 subscribers. So thank you to everybody who's here, who has stuck with me through the weirdness of my channel this year and last year. I appreciate you, and I'm very, very happy to have you here. So I did achieve that goal. The third goal was to potentially bring on an assistant or an intern to EIP. And this is something, I cannot tell you how many times Greg and I have discussed bringing on an assistant to our team, but at this point we have decided not to pursue that. And one of the reasons is that one, I have gotten better at maintaining the administrative side of the business. It was one of those things that was kind of sink or swim. Like, I didn't really have a choice. I had to get better and more efficient at tackling all of my administrative duties with the business, and I've gotten much, much better at that. So that's a positive thing. But then the second thing too is that when it comes to the business, I do like having a lot of control over it, and I like having a lot of control about how I interact with clients. So for that reason, I do like being the main point of contact for every client who comes through Enchanted Ink. So due to those reasons, we've at this point decided not to bring on an assistant, but as for an intern, that's still something that I am interested in moving forward. I think it would be so fulfilling to be able to bring on an intern, teach them more about the business, you know, kind of mentor them in editing potentially, maybe even bring them onto our team when they finish their internship. And that's something that I'm not ready to pursue right now because I know that it'll take a lot of time and effort and preparation, but it's something that I would love to get involved with in the future. So that's not a goal that I achieved in 2021, but it is something that I remain interested in and hope to do in the future. All right, the last business goal was to reestablish more of an upload schedule and get invested again. And this is the one that I said we would talk about. So for part of 2021, I was really unsure about what to do with my YouTube because I knew that I really wanted to make lifestyle content, and I started doing that for a while. And you won't find those videos on this channel anymore because I removed the majority of them because they just really didn't fit with, one, like the YouTube algorithm. It was very confusing. The only like lifestyle type videos I've left on this channel are my long hair videos because for some reason they've performed well, so I'm just leaving them up for anybody who's interested in long hair care and, you know, my journey and stuff. But it was a bit of a weird year in terms of YouTube. I was kind of all over the place for the first 5 to 6 months. I didn't really know what life was going to look like and what I wanted my channel to be, but I've really kind of turned that around. And, you know, I already mentioned I do have a second channel now, so that was the decision I finally made, was to allow myself to make all of those creative lifestyle out of the box videos, but I'm now uploading them on a totally different channel so that it's not confusing this channel and what this channel's about. This channel is and will forevermore be about writing, editing, self-publishing, a little bit of traditional publishing tips here and there, everything having to do with like the writer world. So I'm going to keep it at that. But in terms of like getting on more of an upload schedule, the first half of the year was really rough, but I recently have been getting back into more of a schedule pretty much since we got settled in our home, and my mind has settled, my heart has settled, and I've been able to find that routine again, which is so healthy for me. And I might even, like, on my second channel, my lifestyle channel, have a whole video about like my routines and how having a healthy and established routine can really change your life and like your outlook on your life. So I would say that I achieved that. It was just like in the latter half of the year. So those are my business goals. Now moving into the lifestyle goals I had for 2021. Tea break real quick. All right, my first lifestyle goal was to get another tattoo. And this is one of those goals that I actively decided not to pursue. I could have gotten another tattoo, but this year Greg got his first tattoo. He got an entire sleeve done with a beautiful portrait of Tifa, and it's just such a nice tattoo, absolutely gorgeous. So we really kind of focused on him getting his tattoo this year, and I just didn't really feel inspired to get one myself. I of course love tattoos. But yeah, I did not get a tattoo this year. In fact, I even like took out some of my piercings this year. I took out my nose piercings. I took out my belly button ring. Like, I just kind of feel like I'm drifting from that a little bit. So we'll see. I'll probably get another tattoo in the future, but at this point I don't really have any ideas or inspiration for the next design I want. So I actively chose not to get another tattoo in 2021. The second goal was to learn more about Colorado. I am a Colorado native. I've lived here my whole life, and I'm fascinated by the history of Colorado. And I would say that I've definitely learned more about it, especially since we moved here, because we're now living in an area that is historically significant in terms of like the Wild West and like settlers in this area in the late 1800s. So all it takes is a short drive from our home to get to historically, like I said, like historically significant areas. So I've really loved being in an area that has that type of history to it. So in that way, I've definitely learned more about Colorado, but I still want to learn more about the plants, native animals. You know, I still cannot identify plants when I go outside and even like look at the plants in my pasture. I have a little app on my phone that I go out with, and I like scan all the plants to make sure that they're not toxic for horses, since we have 2 horses in our pasture. But other than that, I didn't really learn about the native flora and fauna. So I'd say that I kind of achieved that one. I don't know, that's kind of balanced there. The next one was to finish the van and start traveling. I'm going to talk about this more on my second channel because a lot of people are curious about the van. We did finish the van this year. Beautiful, beautiful build. Like, it turned out better than I ever thought it would. Absolutely gorgeous. So we did achieve that. It took longer than we thought it was going to because we ended up having it finished by a professional building company, and they were just really behind. So we did achieve that, and we did travel a little bit. We lived in the van for a while, but we are obviously not living in the van now. We're not traveling. We're very much settled and continue getting settled in our home, our new home that we bought. So we did finish the van, but again, it was an active decision not to move into it and start traveling. And I will talk about that more on my lifestyle channel when I do my Q&A. I'm going to talk about, you know, do we still have the van? Did we sell the van? Do we plan on traveling in the future? How did we make our decisions? So that'll be over on that channel instead of this one. And then my last lifestyle goal was to maintain work-life balance, because in 2020, I had a whirlwind of a year in terms of learning how to balance my workload. 2020 was a mess, and 2021 I did end up booking more work for myself than I thought I was going to at the end of 2020, but I've also learned my limits, and for the past couple months I've been taking it easy, and I've been taking fewer clients than I usually would. But now that I know where that limit is, I know when I have the energy to push, and like when I can take on an extra client and just work longer days, maybe work weekends when I'm really excited about working with a specific client or a specific project. So I have definitely learned where that work-life balance is. I've been taking weekends off consistently since we moved here, and it's totally changed. It's really changed my life, being able to take those 2 days off, totally rest up, lie on the couch watching Netflix all day if I choose to do so, or, you know, having projects around the property. Like, there was one weekend that we spent the entire weekend just working on our pasture fencing, and like just having the freedom to do that has really helped me just find peace and balance out in terms of life and work. So I would say that I definitely achieved that one. So in terms of business, I crushed it in 2021 with business. I'm very proud of myself. Writing, not really. I didn't do much writing in 2021, but I did get back into it, which is super positive moving forward, because I didn't write until November. But since November, you know, I wrote in November for NaNoWriMo, and this month, December, I have been writing. I just haven't been working on a book. And this is something I might talk about in a later video. You know, what I've been dabbling in, the type of writing I've been doing, and how much joy it's bringing me. So I might talk about that in a later video, but I am writing again, which feels really, really good. And then lifestyle, I'd say it was pretty balanced. I learned a lot about myself this year. I learned a lot about work this year and just life. And even though it was tough at times, I'm glad to be where I'm at now, and I'm glad to have had all of those experiences. So those were my goals for 2021. Now let's go ahead, take a sip of tea out of this cute owl mug, and we'll talk about my goals for 2022. Okay, so I am putting the yellow bullet journal away. I always need to like show the journal in my video so that me, like when I'm doing this a year from now, looking back, I know which bullet journal to pull out to see what my goals were. So to future me, this is the one with the 2022 goals. Okay, so I have 8 goals for 2022. And just like last year, I broke them down into writing, business, and lifestyle. So my writing goals for 2022, you're not gonna be surprised. My first goal is to reread Pistol Daisy. I have not reread Pistol Daisy in over a year, and I of course know the story pretty well, but before I embark on the journey of working on Whiskey City, I really do need to reread Pistol Daisy, reacquaint myself with all of my intentions and my goals and what I was working on building. So first writing goal starts with rereading Pistol Daisy, and then my second writing goal is to publish Whiskey City. Now I have no timeline for this, but I would love to publish Whiskey City. I love Daisy, I love the cast of characters, the world, the story I've been building. It's really just going to take me getting into a habit and a routine of working on it again, and I know that rereading Pistol Daisy, it's going to boost my inspiration. I know that the last time I read it, which was, I think that was in 2020, the last time I read it, it was so exciting, and like it makes me feel good knowing that I can read a book that I wrote years later and still enjoy it and still get entertainment value out of it and be inspired by it. So writing goals are really simple. Reread Pistol Daisy and then publish Whiskey City. We'll see if I can achieve it this year. Okay, my business goals. The first one is to hit 30,000 subscribers here on my main channel. Like I said earlier, I'm sitting at almost 23,000, so we'd be looking at like a minimum of 7,000 new subscribers for 2022, which I feel I will be able to achieve as long as I don't take any weird twists and turns in my YouTube content and suddenly like lose a bunch of subscribers, which kind of happened this year. But yeah, I want to hit 30,000 subscribers on this channel. My second goal is to be able to monetize my lifestyle channel. And right now, at least, in order to monetize your content on YouTube, you have to have 1,000 subscribers, which I just recently achieved on my lifestyle channel, and I'm about to do a 1K Q&A. So make sure to check that out if you're interested. It's going to be like a bunch of personal questions. And then you have to have 4,000 hours of watch time, and that's the one that's going to take a bit of time to build up. I think I'm sitting at about 1,800 hours of watch time, so I'm not quite halfway there, but I do want to get to that 4,000 hours of watch time and be able to monetize my lifestyle channel in 2022. And then the last business goal is to hire 3 more contractors for the business. The team would then be at 10 people working for Enchanted Ink. We're currently at 7. We have 5 editors, a cover designer, and a formatter. And we definitely need at least 2 more editors. And then potentially in the new year, we might look into bringing another super talented artist onto the team, somebody who has a really distinct and unique style, like an Enchanted Ink style. So that's something that we hopefully will be able to do in the new year. So I want to bring on 3 more team members and probably cap our EIP team at 10 people. All right, moving into lifestyle goals. See, I told you I could go quickly through these. Number 1 is to stick to a yoga practice. I have just recently, in the past couple of weeks, started yoga again. And I need it so badly. I used to do yoga all the time. I would do yoga at like 6 a.m. when I was in college. I would get up like when it was dark outside to get to my yoga classes, and it gave me not only health in like my body and mind, but a lot of confidence as well, like learning what my body was capable of doing. But now I haven't had a consistent yoga practice in about 6 years now. And I can feel it. I have more pain and stiffness in my body than I've ever had before. And I mean, I'm about to turn 28, but that's still really, really young. And I'm already experiencing a lot of pain in my body, probably because I sit for so many hours a day at the desk. I need to start using my standing desk. I mean, I got it for a reason. But I want to stick to a consistent yoga practice. And by that, I mean like at least 5 days a week. I currently have an alarm set on my phone, which has been really helpful. My alarm goes off at 12 o'clock Monday through Friday, and it's like my little yoga break alarm. So I've been doing my admin work, and then my alarm goes off, I do yoga, and then I come back and I start doing my editing, and then I do that until, 4, 5, 6 o'clock at night. So I want to stick to a yoga practice in the new year. I'm planning on doing Yoga with Adrienne's 30-day yoga in January, and hopefully posting like my journey with that on my second channel. So again, check that out if you're interested. Second goal is to eat something I grew myself. I have been interested in growing my own food for years, but it feels like every single time I start to get invested in it and I actually put seeds in the ground, then we move. This has happened a couple times now where, I would plant something in the spring and then Greg and I would move in the summer. So I never got to see if anything grew. Like I've tried to grow potatoes, carrots, beets, strawberries. Like I've started attempting to grow tons of things, but we've never stayed in a place long enough for me to actually see if they grow. So this year, I am going to try to grow things. And I want to be able to eat something I grew myself, even if it's one tomato, one garlic, one potato, one whatever. I want to start learning how to grow my own food. It would be amazing to eventually turn our property into like a sustainable vegan homestead, but that is like such an undertaking, and I have so much to learn before we can achieve that. So yeah, I'm just gonna start by trying to eat one thing that I grew myself. And my last goal, this might sound a little funny to people, especially because I'm 28 years old. I want to find my style. Now, never in my life have I been a stylish or fashionable person. It's just not me. I've never been good at it. And of course, while I was in high school, I tried to follow the style of all the other kids and my peers and stuff. But now that I'm an adult, I do not really have my own style. And I've already started trying to do this. I have donated so many of my old clothes, honestly, clothes that I wore in high school. I was still carrying them around for some reason. I've donated a ton of clothes to the thrift shops in our area, and I'm slowly starting to replace old stuff with thrifted clothing items that I feel represent who I am now at this point in my life. So in the new year, I want to find my own unique clothing style and feel really good about what I wear and how I present myself. So that might be a little bit of a weird one, but I'm not stylish, I'm not fashionable, and I'm gonna try to work on it. So those are my 8 goals for the new year. I feel like they're really balanced this year, and I might do quarterly goals as well. I'm very much somebody who loves goal setting. I love organization. I love checking off boxes. So that's something that I might pursue this year. And if I do, I will, of course, be filming and uploading regular quarterly goals videos, but we'll see. So thank you all so much for joining me for this video. I cannot believe it is almost 2022. I am feeling so excited for the new year. I can't wait to see what this new year brings. And I'm just feeling good about it. I'm feeling very jolly right now, which is just so nice to be able to say, because so many things this year were really, really difficult, but I'm in a really good place now, and I'm so grateful for that. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being on my channel this year. I'm so happy to have you. I really am honored that you spend the time to sit down and watch my videos. If you are interested in any type of editing service, you can always check out Enchanted Ink Publishing. We are linked down below, or you can find us at enchantedinkpublishing.com. Our editors are booking well into the new year, but like I said in my goals, I do hope to bring on 2 more super talented, highly professional editors, bring them onto the team so that we can get more of your books in the new year. If you have any questions or if you have requests for content for 2022, please let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you not only in my next video, but in the new year. All right, bye. See you in my next one.